Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination, and I'm not doing a sewing video today, but what we are doing with the sewing machine today is thoroughly cleaning it. So I don't show this very often on how I clean it. That's also why I have my hair pulled back in a bun, because when you do this, you need your hair out of your face. I don't have nails on except for my actual nails, obviously. Um, And then I have my tools out because it's always handy to have all your tools out for this. And I have already taken the thread off, and I've taken off the presser foot and the plate piece for where the bobbin goes. So let me get this turned around and I will show you what I'm going to do. And don't mind the table, because sewing projects. So the first thing that I generally do is make sure I have my freaking glasses on. Um, that helps. And then what I will do is I will go ahead and remove the screws from right here. Sometimes I could just run my finger on there and get that. Sometimes I cannot. It's a bit screwy, but that's okay. Now, the pieces that I will be working on, I will make sure the sections in which they came from are all together, because that's super handy. As you can see, I have put some of this over here. I put it over here off the side of the camera, but so these little tools that I got from Amazon for like cleaning my machine, these have been such a great help for this. So we go ahead and we take this bit out, and we're just going to place all this right here together. That's one little pile to the mile. Now I already loosened the screw. The other thing we're going to do is take the plate off back here. So we want to take this part off the top. We'll display that over here. Obviously I had this unplugged. I think sometimes people like to be reminded that, I'll put that right there, that when you do this, that means the screw goes right in there. That when you do this, make sure that you have extra light. Sometimes I do use this from the TikTok shop as a little extra light when I can get it to go. Now you can see the inside of that better. I don't know, I love this ring light, but without this light, it's only that, and then now we've got that. So that very powerful light does help with the cleaning process. Like right here, when it comes down to the cleaning process of this whole thing, I'll just put that right there. What I like to do, and this is also the other reason why I keep this handy, this is your oil. You will drop oil here, and there are spots on this section that will also need it, like up here. If you don't have a Singer Heavy Duty 4452, or even if you do, but you send it out for maintenance instead of cleaning it yourself, try cleaning it yourself, because I find that cleaning this machine myself, like that fits. What's going on here? Anyway, that does fit in there. I don't know what's going on with that, because it also fits down there. There we go. Just got to work that at an angle. Not a lot came off on this part because I have recently cleaned it. And not just with your tension settings and everything up at the top. Sometimes it's the inside of the machine that needs that serious cleaning and attention. So got a little bit right here that's gray and a little bit right here. So when we go to put all this back together in this section, I will show you exactly how I do that. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do you exactly expect to get the back up? Now, I watched one guy's video, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and he quite literally ripped this off of someone's machine. If I was his client, I would be pissed. I'd be really pissed about how he maintained that machine. You don't rip that off. There are screws up here that help you take that off. So when you go to do that, you also have to like be real careful. Also make sure that you dust the top of this while you're at it. I do dust this, but I use this machine a lot. So that's why I'm saying when it comes down to maintaining your machines, also this section here on the machine, the teeth here, the other day I put it down for a moment and then it would not go back up. It dropped and wouldn't go back. So again, I was able to do that and get it to go back up. It should go back on its own, but like I said, I've used this machine a lot. Now this part I don't remove because you shouldn't. That's just something that stays there. Grab another tool. If you hear the dog, don't worry about it. She just came in. So like I said, I maintain my own sewing machine because I'm not one of those people that has money. You're fine, Steve. I'm not one of those people that has the money to have my machine taken to a repair shop. So I have learned how to do the maintenance on my own. There's nothing wrong with learning how to maintain your machine. If you know how to order the correct parts, like Singer. I don't have video sponsors, but if I did, I'd want Singer to be one of them. Honestly. So I will see about tagging Singer in this video. Maybe you'll reach out to me one day. I've been sewing on Singer sewing machines since I was a kid. So I had the chance, I don't know if any of you remember like the champagne colored Singer sewing machine, the metal one. Oh my gosh, that was one of them. And then I'm trying to think of the color of the other one. They were just so beautiful. I enjoyed those machines. It's absolutely fabulous. And now I'm going to put that little one down. There are tabs along in here. Do not ever rip this off. There are tabs along here at the top. That's why when I was watching that guy rip the top of a machine off, I was literally, excuse my language, pissed off at how he treated that sewing machine. Do not, and I mean do not ever, I've never taken the bottom up in the machine, by the way, probably should. Do not ever rip your machine apart like that. Don't let any maintenance people do it. And if you want to, you could go ahead and remove the sewing needle just in case. Just in case you need to. I'm just going to leave it on because it's unplugged. Yeah. I basically lay it on its side. Like I said, this is where the tabs are. So what I might do is have my son help me with this part in a minute and see if he'll come in here. So give me a minute. Okay, I think the only thing I forgot to do was grab my glasses, so give me a moment. Over on the sofa. So now, and I might as well get my water for the night. So now we're going to, this is the top. I only have it on its side. You should always know how well versed the inside of a sewing machine is. And when you go in to clean your components, make sure that you check everything. Now, what I mean by that is everything, including the belt, right? Because this belt, that's super important, especially when it comes down to the needle. I have been using the sewing machine since, what, 2018? Yeah, 2018. I've been using this machine since then. I know eventually I need to get a new belt, but again, that is why I don't have the other light. I'm using my phone. Give the other one to my son, which gracefully and graciously helped me get this piece off. Now, when you go to oil thing, right, the holes like these, and I'll show you what that's for. That's for this area here. And then there's one here, but this is not something you're going to oil, because that right here is where the screws go back in. So that's fine. Perfectly fine. Now, areas inside of here, that's completely different, because you also have the spring mechanism for right here for the needle position, and that's very important. So when we go to do this, oh, I'm doing video. When it sounds like I'm talking to myself, I'm actually doing video. So when we go to do things like this, and don't mind the dog, dogs are dogs. And while you have it in this position, sometimes it makes it easier to oil the points. Pull you back just a bit, like that. The points here, right? While you have this on the side, you have a better chance of oiling some of the pieces here. A lot of people may not think about that. Now, every once in a while, when I stand it back up, I will oil this piece here. Again, important. And I do always oil the component here where the needle goes in, right? So we will put the needle back down where it goes. Remember, always bring this forward. What I did was not go backward, I went forward. Now, what I will do is go ahead and pick it up. Like I said, I clean it and I make sure everything is oiled. Well oiled, because you know, well oiled machines work better. Now, also, before I put it all the way up, let's look down in here. There's a spot here, there's a spot here. Do we oil these? Yes, in fact, we do. Some people would say, no, you don't. Actually, you do. You need to oil your points. Yes, I know what that just did. But you don't always get the chance to do that. And when you take it like this, it's actually going to help to spread it around. Now, set this right here again. Now there's some spots here, but those are filled, so you don't worry about those. Now, we're going to sit it back up, and then I am going to get that part at the top So why did that just do that? I don't know. Anyway, hold on. Okay, so now you can see by this sitting up like this what I mean about like the little holes and stuff. Some of it needs to be well oiled. And make sure that when you do that, you do not over oil your machine. And that's like super, super important. So when you check your machine on these spots, like if you feel like something might be getting dry, check it. That's why we do this. Okay, so just oiled that little spot in here, as you just saw. Now, I have a choice of certain things that I can do while this is open. It's already cleaned. I do like to dust it. I don't like to brush the oil out. Make sure you never brush the oil out. So, you're basically, I think I'm done with this part. I like to well maintain my machine because these are my investments. It's also my hobby investment. Okay, I don't need to oil that. Double check, double check. Make sure you do double check everything in there. So I'm putting the light down in there. Maybe that'll help you. Like I said, for a Singer Heavy Duty 4452, that so far, lucky me, knock on wood, have not had to do too much maintenance. Wait, there's just pieces. Steve? Steve? We still have a tab here. Oh no. He was helping me with this and things didn't go horribly right. He was trying not to break the tabs off. Yeah, I am, but you can come in though. Huh? I can pause it. So, okay, so my son was helping me put the other part back on, and then we were going to take the bottom off, but these are really tight screws, and we're not like all the way awake right now. So we will come back to this. I'm filming this on a Friday. We'll come back to this on a Saturday, and then we'll clean out the bottom, and that also gives me a chance to oil any components in the bottom of the machine that may need oiled. See you on Saturday. Okay, so what I have decided to do, don't mind my paper over there, that's for making transfers and stuff. So we decided not to open the bottom. We'll open the bottom on another day, but this does still work. My machine works good. And I did put it on this mat for a reason. Now, what I'm going to do, obviously, point to obvious, is, and I have to have my light shining for this. Speaking of things, oh, there's my glasses. Helps if I have my glasses. Now, I did put all my stuff inside of here and make sure I have it where I can get to it for the parts in which it needs to be. So, what my son helped me with last night, also very helpful. Oh, and he says thank you for the birthday wishes for the people that sent him birthday wishes here on my channel. I have to put back in the screws for the top here. Why is that still so zoomed in? I guess it's not. So I do have to do that portion. I'll just bring you back here and tilt you up. There you go. you're tilted now. At least you don't fall over. That always helps. Oh my gosh. So I took my new arthritis medicine last night. It's okay. Let me take a long screwdriver for this. Now I haven't used this stitch foot yet that's in here. That's for quilting and embroidery, to freehand with that. And now, you know, I've kept these in here. These actually go to the Sears Kenmore, which I suppose I should use that one more often than not. I haven't really used it. Now, the screwdriver I'm using right now, I got this from Amazon. When I got my other stuff, it came with that. So, trying to finish watching my friend Joy's video on how she makes pants. Oh, there you go. That was easy. Sometimes she'll put pockets in. See where this piece is right here? This piece, that is like after I put thread in here, then it goes down, and then it comes back up. And this is when this piece here is up. Then you catch the thread around that, bring it down, bring it around the component here, bring it around to there's the component here, and thread your machine. That is exactly what that is for. So, trying to keep every bit together that belongs where it belongs. So, the two screws that go here are sitting in here. And I need to put this piece back up here. And then this screw is for here. So what does that mean? Ooh, there was a lot of gross in that. Always check your stuff, make sure there's no extra gross. I was trying to watch Rachel Maskey last night. No, generally I'll watch her content, but so she said something rude. Like, girl, you should have left that comment out. You should have not have said that. She don't seem to be one of the brightest people in the first place. Anyway, so that's back together. I know, that went on easier than usual, right? Now here's that cutting point right here that I always tell you, if you don't have your scissors handy, use the little blade. There's a little blade in there for cutting the thread. Don't dread, just use it. That's what it's for. Now, we're going to put this back together. And obviously, I do not have my light on. And I do have my extra. This came with the machine. This one. This is the obvious seam ripper. If you have those little bits of extra in there that may be gross like that, this little thing, this works perfect for getting that extra little bit of lint out of it. And it's not even Sunday. You get it lint Sunday. Make sure that this drops in proper. There we go. Now that we've got that in there, And don't forget to put that back in there, because that helps. Oh no, we have to pop that back up again. Oh, I think we do. No, it's up. Remember, I'm having problems with this part. I will eventually check that. Okay, now put your plate back on. I know, maybe it's just me. It looks crooked, like a lot of people. Don't worry about the bruise on my hand. The dog. She's still a puppy. Oh, speaking of the dog, she loves to play like she's injured. She does the injured paw thing. You open up the door, she puts that foot down and comes running. Oh my God, it's kind of hilarious that the dog will pretend to be injured just for attention. I'm going to go ahead and drop the needle down and then bring it back up. Aha, there we go. Now that's functioning correctly. The thing in there. And then just go like this. Now I will edit this video, obviously, to put it back together. Now we need this back up as far as you can get it. Now I always leave this little tool out where I can get it, in case I need to clean up in here. It's always great to make sure that you maintain your investment. Why? Because it's your investment. Right. So if you're like me and you love to make your own clothes and you don't think you know much of your machine, well, you should think a lot of that machine, because this, I thought it was $218 after tax. No, I paid $208 for this machine at the Hobby Lobby. When they had it, they don't sell this machine at the Hobby Lobby anymore. Singer, you need to have a store for all your goods. And I mean a physical store. Trust me, I would go there. Now they do sell a lot of their machine at Joann Fabric. Oh, okay. Now what I'm going to do, because I did, and don't forget to put this piece back up here where it goes. That I keep it up there. Now this will be rethreaded. But that, yeah, make sure you check that, because sometimes this weird happens right here. Just, there's some scissors. I had my scissors. Anyway, I'll rethread this. It'll be good. We'll be back with that. We'll be back with it being done. Now that we are back at the sewing table, right at the sewing desk, I should say, go ahead and put that in there. I have the thread up top. As you can see, I have this part up for a purpose. That was something from Hollow Taco. Oh, I wish I could get PR from them. Trust me. Okay, now for this part, I need this light on, because I have to rethread, obviously. And yes, I do put my finger behind it. That way it's easier to see. I know you might be like, oh, but what about that white piece? Oh, trust and believe. That does not help everybody's eyes. And if you don't have your glasses on to thread that needle, if you have bad eyes, make sure you have your glasses. Saw how I did that? I took my finger and held that piece of thread. Now, roll it forward. Let it pick that up. And just a minute. I'll shut the light off for you because some of y'all complain. I can't see what you're doing. I sound like Joy. There is that thread that I told you about has to come across the machine. Sometimes I'll roll it twice. You don't have to. Now, we'll put this down. Grab a piece of scrap fabric from somewhere, if I could find a piece of scrap fabric. That's not what I want. Here we go. You're like, but that's black. How are we going to see that? Oh no, you'll see it. You will see it. Now remember, I have to have the light on in order for the machine to what? Work. That's what. When you tell me, oh, I can't see that because of the light. Well, I can't sew if the light ain't on. Do you see how that's just taking the fabric hands free? You have to correct it every once in a while though. But when your fabric gathers like that, that just means that that beginning stitch is just caught in there, and then you just pull it forward. You hear how it purrs? That is how it's, see how that's still catchy? It's because of that piece of thread on the back. All you ever have to do really, unless you want it to be like that, now you can do that and just let it gather for you. That's one way to gather your stitch. If you don't want it, yank it like that. And that, my friend, is how this machine gets well maintained. I do this part, you know, the full maintenance bit like this once every so many months or once a year. Yeah. So it did a really good stitch right here. I think that did pretty good. I left it on that one stitch, by the way, for like sewing for the dog, and this is a piece of that material. So do you see how good that did that? I don't think you can see that too good. So like shut this light off. Hopefully you can. Nope. Anyway, this is the light setting. So there you go. that did a really good seam line. It may not seem like it, but that made a really good seam line. I do like how that worked. And yeah, I know it's on black fabric, but you can see it. I know you can. I know you can because I showed it to you like this. So anyway, and I'm just lounging in my pajamas, but like I was saying, that's also how I maintain my machine so that we get good stitch line on there. I have neurology on Monday for my medical Botox, and I just need to make me something, but I was like, at the same time, let me just get this sewing machine maintenance video out there so that anybody that is a beginner, you can figure out, like just from what I was doing, how to figure out how to clean it without having to spend extra money that nobody has right now. Hopefully that changes soon. Copy anyone? I did the little review for Temu for this cup, and I put a Death Wish sticker on the lid. So anyway, like I was saying, I hope it helped you. I just have to create a thumbnail for this now. I might have my son generate one for me for something that he's doing. If you ever need an image generated for you, leave it in the comments. And I will see about having my son generate thumbnail image for you, if you ever need one. The ones I've used currently are the ones I've generated on Poster Maker. Also go check out Poster Maker. I'll show you the icon for it. Oh, be right back, Joy. This is Poster Maker right there. Yes, I have Wawa and I have Dunkin', and I also have Drawing App. And I have Rumble, because I do have a Rumble. Poster Maker, that is the one that I use right here. Go check it out. There's a bunch of different ones labeled as Poster Maker. That's the only one I've tried. Ooh, let's see what was on this day last year while we're at it. This day last year, I made that. I still have that jacket, by the way, but I made that, and I'm glad I did, because that just shows, like, over the years, how even if you're a seasoned seamstress, you can always venture out into things that you haven't tried to sew and improve your skills. There's always room for improvement. And there's always room to stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. Oh, and the thing for my son, go to weldingbear.com if you need anything from his website. Anyway, excuse me. That was a hiccup. It was a weird one. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Sorry about that. Bye.